Good evening, guys. Harden here. Again, a little bit of a different one today. Just thought some of you might be interested in how the Neon Jungle event concludes, which is part of this Illusory Ghost event that Netease are running currently. I have to say it's been a hell of a grind, especially with 3 accounts. You have to do approximately 45 missions. Some of those are quite straightforward delivery missions, so they can be done quite quickly. But all the combat missions are actually quite slow because they're not really dangerous from a DPS perspective, but the ships have got quite large tanks, and especially because when I did this, I didn't know how time intensive it was going to be and how many kind of combat missions there were going to be. So I didn't bring my usual ratting ships that are out in 0.0 up to high sec. I just refitted these Praxis battleships that I had here and used them. And to be honest, the DPS on these guys are pretty low. I mean, it's about a third of what I'm getting in my Raven. But I'm still running 3 accounts, so I thought this still shouldn't take too long. But in effect, it actually did. It was quite a serious grind, especially, as I said, there was 45 of these missions on each account, so it comes to about 135 or so missions. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump in here and show you where I'm at in terms of this Neon Jungle event. You can see here, if I click on it, the Neon Jungle here, and I'll just quickly show you Spike's missions. So currently where I'm up to is I'm on the last one. I have to complete this Iris Star's farewell letter in order to complete his kind of mission arc. This Kaiser likewise is pretty much completed. I have to complete Spike's The Forester's Journey, which is a combat mission, and then here I have now got to the point where on this Iris Star I'm ready to kind of complete this as well. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to accept this mission. I think there's a couple of these are just kind of heavily text. So again, just before I get into this, I do want to say that give a spoiler warning. This is the conclusion of the arc. If you do not intend to do it, then that's fine. Watch ahead. If you are planning to do it, then be warned. There is some spoilers here. I've got a feeling a lot of people aren't bothering, just based on my own corporation. I've got a feeling a lot of people aren't bothering with this. The rewards are not that high. I would have made a lot more money down in nullsec just ratting or doing the usual kind of encounters. So I'm a bit of a sucker for punishment. I've spent the last 5 days when I've got a chance kind of grinding through these. Yeah, as I said, it's just a spoiler warning if you don't want to see the ending of this. I mean, it's the 22nd today, 22nd of June. The event finishes on the 26th. So if you do want to complete this yourself, then you better get a move on, because it's not that quick. So I'm just going to click on accept a mission, and the first mission is dock with Movalainen, Moon 16. So I'm going to head over there. There's a reward of 3 million. I click on that now, accept. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually share that farewell letter. Actually, I think I come back here anyway, so I'm just going to go and do that. Go. All right, and let's head over there now. Okay, so yeah, this should be reasonably quick. I think there's a couple of small transport missions, and then there is the final combat mission. Let me just show you. I did slowly tweak my Praxis as the event went on a little bit. To be honest, even this fitting, I would probably, if I started this again, I would probably actually go even more DPS. I've got 3 ballistic controls on there already, only 2 shield hardeners and 1 shield booster. And to be honest, that was more than enough. In terms of the tank, I actually kind of think you could take off one of those shield hardeners and stick another damage control on there, or booster. I'll actually show you here what the fitting is on this. Again, I just literally created this for this event. These guys were sitting unfitted in my hangar. So I've got 4 rapids on there, 3 target painters, 4 drones. As you guys know, I run 3 of these, so each of them had a different type of drone. So in this case, I went for, oh, is it going to show? I went for Vespers, Mark 9 Vespers. I've got very high medium drone skills. I could have gone with larges, but I like the medium drones because I've got very high medium drone skills, and basically they'll catch anything, even the small stuff. So when I was running in a fleet, I actually had 12 medium drones, and they still took quite a long time to grind through. And just to show you, in terms of the core here, it's just a standard. I never kind of upgraded this beyond the standard, which is the 19.2% on missile damage. You can see there it's giving 1,252. And then in terms of my, let's have a look. In terms of my, okay, I've actually arrived. This letter has been delivered to cargo hold. We'll deliver the other one to Kaza soon after. Our bazaar is facing overwhelming crisis. Egonix Incorporated is lurking in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to strike. Iris Star had disappeared at this crucial moment. Is she trying to get away from her company? We will spare no effort in our search. If you have any info about her, please contact us as soon as possible. Okay, so that's me role-playing. Okay, reward has been received. Sorry, I was just going to show you before I jump into the next one. It's the standard 3 damage mods on there and cap, but again, I didn't go to the top level, the 3s there, because it was a kind of, these ships are kind of not really meant to be used that often. So I jump back into the event here, and go onto the Neon Jungle. Just so you can see, I have technically completed the event already. I could claim this, but I'll wait till right to the end. So you can see Iris Star is now grayed out. I'm going to now jump into Help Spike. Oh, let me see, is this the right one? Yeah, so this is now the Forester's Return. Accept a mission. So this is go to the final battle spot, Itamo, 2 jumps, and get rid of Egonix Inc.'s ambush. Report mission results. Now you can see this one is actually a 5 million, because I guess it is the final battle. I have actually done this on one of my other accounts already, and didn't notice it being noticeably different. So I'm going to accept that. I'm going to listen to Kazar's motivational speech first. Let's see what he has got to say. Hey Capsular, it's me, Spike. As partners, I think it's necessary to share some information with you. I'll start with the implant. She's a clone like you, but unlike you, whose mission is piloting ships, hers is to sing for Egonix. The songs will then go through the big data processing and get distributed to Egon music terminals across the universe. After the AI music technology reached a bottleneck, scientists turned their attention to cloning technology. After all, no matter how much learning AI goes through, it can't truly understand the vocals and emotions of real people. To precisely control the human voice, the scientists at Egonix developed the Siren Emotion Control Implant. It is capable of bypassing the human brain and directly controlling the release of dopamine as well as the vocal cord, so as to achieve the effect of customizing the human voice. These poor singers, they would receive these implants and sing with a voice and emotions that are not their own. Day after day, they serve Egonix, the biggest music distributor of New Eden. Egonix Inc., our enemy behind it all. With the scope of its intelligence network, if we chose Iris Star, will become the corporate's enemy. It's just a matter of time. Okay, I don't really understand that, but okay. The Onikanabo Brigade is just a mercenary group they hired on the surface. There are countless enemies hiding in the shadows. During the crucial moment of the closing ceremony, the time when the transaction volume is the greatest, they gather together to launch an all-out attack in an effort to destroy our bazaar. During the closing ceremony, but the bazaar's... okay. The saplings of the old days have grown into a forest, and the most dangerous moment has come. Let's defend the forest together. Okay, interesting metaphor. Alright, so we're going to go off to this final battle. I'm going to click confirm on there. I'm going to jump confirm on there. I'm just going to jump back into my encounters because I'm going to actually share it with my fleet, my other 2 ships, so that they can also join in this battle. Let's just click on that and share it into fleet. Okay, is that working now? Yeah, fleet. Okay, so that's shared, so I will get my 2 other ships to join up there now. Apologies for that kind of weird noise in the background. That's because I am filming or recording, using my work PC for an emulator, and my work PC is not meant to be playing games on, so it gets a bit noisy. It really needs a replacement soon. Let me just get into the other one, Tamo.
Autopilot engaged.
So my other 2 ships, so you can hear that, autopilot engaged. And it's just, I see that I've got a notification, which I think is the daily lucky boxes coming in. So it's 1 jump, my other 2 ships are 2 jumps out, so I just have to wait a second once we get there for those to arrive. I'm going to put on my mission thing here.
Warp drive active.
And we'll head on over to the site. This is, as I said, is pretty much the last combat mission. There's a couple more of just chatting and dropping things off. And there is a little bit of kind of text that you get to see at the end, which is kind of interesting. So I hope this is of interest to those of you who are interested in the lore, although, as I said, this is just a bit confusing. It's kind of like, I'm not quite sure. I do think Netease should splash out. It's not like a huge expense to hire an actual English language. I'm going to cancel that for the moment. I'm waiting for the other 2 people to arrive. It's not too hard for them to splash out on some kind of English translator to get the translations done properly. Kind of looks pretty much like they've been written in Chinese, and then someone has done like a Google Translate on them. I mean, it's actually better than Google Translate. I'm not going to be that harsh, but they don't really make that much sense in English. And I have experience of this. I'm actually living in Malaysia. I'm from the UK originally, and again, we do have to get a lot of Chinese translations done here. So I'm often someone that has to go through stuff that's been translated quite literally from Chinese into English. So I can kind of recognize the hallmarks of that. So actually, just 1 second, I am going to do a located here. So my 2 ships, I'm not sure if they're at the same gate. I'm just going to make sure they come over here and join. Let's see. Are they at the same gate? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, okay. Just have to wait a second. Oh, they are both here. They're both here. Okay, so let's go straight into the mission then. Sorry, I didn't notice there at the top. They were already here. So the Forester's Journey, Fleet Command, Warp Fleet, going in at 0. I'm going to turn on my 2 hardeners. And as mentioned, I've got 3 Praxises doing this. The DPS isn't that high, so it's like 1,200 something, 1,300. So basically the 3 of these ships together is probably equivalent to one of my ratting ravens down in 0.0. But still, this does take quite a long time. I think these ships are excessively tanked. They don't do much damage. Okay, so we're going to focus here on the Hyperion. Focus fire, boom, boom, boom. I'm just going to do the same on my other 2 accounts. Focus fire, dun, dun, dun. Turn that down a bit so it's not so annoying. Okay, and let's put on the first ballistic control. I'm going to get ready to hit the Brutix as the secondary. And again, just to show you, while the damage control is on, sorry, the ballistic control is on, you can see what my DPS is here, is 1,400. Again, way less than my Raven, but when you consider there's 3 of us here, it's not too bad. Okay, but you can see I'm taking a bit grinding. Now I haven't turned on my tank here, just the shield hardeners, and you can see that the incoming damage is pretty anemic, pretty low. What I'm going to do now is this guy is going to hit this guy who's furthest away, and my second ship is going to hit the cruiser, and then my 3rd ship will just auto-target on the closest target. I'm going to hit my next ballistic, just keep those rolling. just to show you here if this is going to work. I've got fat fingers. Let's try one more time. Yeah, so I now have, with all the skills I've trained, I now have on missiles and ballistic, I have a 43 seconds activation, which is pretty nice for my ballistic controls. Alright, so, okay, next wave. Wave 2 of 3. Again, take out the battleship. I focus all 3 of my battleships on their battleship, and the same with their battle cruiser. Again, let's put another ballistic on there. And there's going to be, because since they kind of changed the way the ballistics work, there's going to be some kind of overlap. Well, lack of it, because the ballistics now have a much longer cooldown timer. But if you've got 3, actually let's just switch onto the Myrmidon. Actually just get ready to hit the Myrmidon. If you've got 3 and you've got good skills, then the kind of period when you're not going to have one of your ballistics activated is actually quite low. So you can see the battleship's gone down. We're now switching on to the Myrmidon, and then just to get ready, I'm going to hit, this guy's going to hit the furthest target, and this guy is going to hit the second furthest target, and then my other ship will just auto target. So you can see I've got 25 seconds there before I can activate another ballistic again. So that's primarily because I've got very good skills, which means that my ballistics, when they're active, are active for quite a long time, over and above the standard. What I need to do is I need to focus on fire here, because my other 2 are already hitting that ship. There we go. I could turn my ballistic on again, but there's no point right now. We're going to come on to the final wave here. Alright, wave 3 of 3. Okay, and again, let's hit the battleship, which is another Hyperion. Focus fire, boom, boom, boom. Focus fire, boom, 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 and focus fire, boom, boom, boom. Alright, so there we go, and again, after that, hit the... oh, it's Talos. And that's the secondary, and then after that, it's more kind of free fire. Alright, and again, the ballistic control can activate again. I'll wait till that gets halfway, and then I'll show you how much DPS you get with 2 ballistics activated at the same time. So you can see, it doesn't, even with 3 battleships here, this mission is not... it is taking a bit of grinding. Again, not the best equipped battleship, not optimally fit, but still taking some time. And what I'm going to do there is I'm going to go for that guy, and this one is going to go for that guy. Alright, so I'm going to... oh, actually, I was going to show you the 2 ballistics at the same time, but I missed that opportunity. I should be able to do that again in a second, I hope. Okay, so I'm going to put that one on, and hopefully I won't kill everything before. Alright, I'm going to put that one on, and then let me put the... you can see the damage. So you can see, oh, 1,400, that's the same as before. Let's try again, maybe it hasn't registered yet. Okay, 1,547, which is pretty decent. Okay, there we go. So that mission is now complete. Why did the attack from Egonix Inc. end so quickly? It has been detected that the shipwreck contains a set of compact motion capture kit previously worn by Miss Iris-Star. Guys found her motion capture kit elsewhere too. Could it be she used herself to bring peace to the hostages? No, I have to contact Iris-Star's mother. Again, I'm lost. Maybe that's just me. You're speaking to Egonix Inc. Greetings, madam. Nice to meet you. Told her what happened. So did Egonix Inc. bring Iris-Star back? I'm pessimistic about this. With that girl's character, she most likely fought to the bitter end. Why would you assume that's the case? Before the implants were installed, she had always been the toughest among the samples. It was common for her to disobey and misbehave. That's why everyone was puzzled with what happened later. After receiving her implant, she was a completely different person and seemed surprisingly calm. We all wondered, was that implant that effective? And then she hit us with another surprise. She ran away. With the help of the implant, that girl learned how to play pretend. Okay, you should ask yourselves, perhaps you give her irreplaceable memories during your time together. Of course, this is just my speculation. Don't take it too seriously. Alright, I guess the only thing we can do is keep looking. If all those things had never happened, perhaps we could have got together at my place and chatted over some tea. However, with how things turned out, I have no choice but to clean up the mess. Have a nice trip, Capsuleer. Right, okay. Okay, so I've got my reward, 4.4 million, and let's just jump back into the event here. And now you should see these things are kind of opening up again with the other guy. So now I've got Kaiser, help him. I've already completed all the run-up missions, so hopefully you can just jump straight into this. So let's hit the road, accept a mission. Dock with Itamo and collect 1 unit of letter to Kazar. Okay, so it's only one, no, it's actually, is it here? It's actually in the same system, so that's handy. Go. You're here, Captured. I heard you received a letter from Iris Star 2. Or Iris Star. Could you come over? I want to talk to you about her. You should read her letter to me too. Okay, confirm. While I'm doing that, I'm going to send my other 2 ships back to Jita. Hopefully the second one will stop making so much noise. Personal. Yeah, in fact, once it's docked, my PC should calm down a little bit. Okay, so that one's set as destination. Go. And this one is... I don't think there's any more action missions now. Jita.
Autopilot engaged.
Okay, here's the letter. You can read it. I'm feeling a bit down. Let's go grab a drink at the bazaar. Alright, so having the drink. The Interstellar Bazaar is near its end. How do you feel, Capsuleer? Did you get the things you want? For me, the bazaar couldn't be more awful. The person I wanted to get close to the most vanished before my eyes, not to mention the constant annoyance by pirates and the clients. You and Spike are the only 2 I can be comfortable with. Thank you for always staying by my side. Okay. The things I want, I got none of them. But what does it matter? Life goes on anyway. What are your plans next? I'm thinking about becoming a collector, traveling the stars and finding all kinds of quirky stuff. Also to see if there's a 3rd Iris star, somewhere in the dark corners of the universe. I'm looking forward to tomorrow and hope you are too, Capsuleer. That's a nice uplifting ending there. Okay, so I've received another 1 million or so ISK there, and now I think again jump in, and there should be some more. There should be a concluding chat with Spike, or maybe not. I thought there was. Let me click on Spike. Maybe we've done that already. Oh, okay, no, we've completed now. So there's also this entire bit of text on each of the characters now that we've completed. So Spike, once a descendant of a fallen nobleman, he inherited a large inheritance after his father's death and became one of the few of the new nobles. And then in brackets, doubtful. I'm not quite sure what's doubtful there, but okay. Engaged in ore research, he earned his first pot of gold using homebrew mining technology. It says doubtful. As an interstellar explorer, he unearthed a large number of high-value antiques in the Sleeper's Lair, and apparently that is doubtful too. He joined the Onikanabo Brigade when he was desperate. He started his business by selling his boosters and chose to leave the group due to its bad conscience. His bad conscience, I think, not the group's bad conscience. He planned to join the organization by using the Interstellar Bazaar as his entry ticket, but failed. He wanted to sell it in the face of strong enemies, but he didn't do so in the end and decided to protect it at all costs. Alright, so there you go. That's Spike. And let's have a look at Kazar, or Kazar. Character, there's a little bit of basic information up here. Character introduction. Graduated from Kale University with a degree in experimental art, majoring in art of shipskin, and later became the representative of the freneticism movement. Kazar's illusionary ghost Aniko was spotted by a young magnate, Spike, and the two formed a partnership. Kazar was invited to be the leading artist of the Interstellar Bazaar, and the Illusory Ghost was selected as the #1 exhibit. He spent his teenage years in the Kildari Navy and developed a romantic relationship with a captive. Because of an unfair trial, he parted ways with the Navy and defected to Kildari to live in anonymity. Kazar's relationship with Miss Iristar began when the personal recommendation from the music player he'd gone, and once personally inviting her over, he then started the courtship. After the closing ceremony of Interstellar Bazaar, Kazar decided to take leave of Spike and embarked on a journey of interstellar wandering. Okay, there you go. And then finally, this Iristar. Let's find out what they said about her. The songstress who was invited to be the lead singer for the Interstellar Bazaar. She gained a massive fan base due to years of singing on the music platform of Egonics Inc., yet some of her fanatical fans bother her a lot. After investigation, it's unlikely that she is the same old lover that Kazar had in his younger days. The sudden onset of voice loss during the concert sparked fan protests and riots. A clone created by Iconics Inc., she was implanted with an emotion control chip called Siren as a child and later became a singer. Due to the implant's monitor, she had no control over the vocal cords or emotions. In the conflict between Spike and Iconics Inc., she, as the critical hostage, reported her location to Iconics, but now her whereabouts remain a mystery. I wonder if we're going to see her again at some point. So there you go, that's the background story, and I'm just going to tap on here now. You can see my nice medal. Tap the blank area to continue. I'm going to jump into into my character screen here. Need to turn down the graphic sessions and here into the medals. And I've got here a silver star on a medal, but I'm going to replace it after all the work I've done with my Interstellar Bazaar medal. Wear a medal. So there you can see, according to the capsuleers who ensured everything went well in the annual Interstellar Bazaar, you protected the Bazaar in jeopardy with the courage and persistence throughout the entire time, defeating enemies repeatedly, I'll say that again, and forging an ironclad defense for all traders. The neon light shone for you and the opera was dedicated to you. Wow. I've got a tear in my eye. All right, wear a medal. There you go. So I now have a Interstellar Bazaar commemorative medal, an outstanding pilot medal, and an anniversary medal. So anyway, there you go, guys. The conclusion of the Neon Jungle event, which is part of the Interstellar Bazaar, which in turn is part of the Illusory Ghost event. For those of you who can't be bothered to wade your way through it, which I kind of regret now, you can kind of catch up on all the storyline there in this video. So anyway, if you did like this content, if you're interested in me doing more stuff, please do like and subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Fly safe.